guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting out with my foundation. I am using the Nars Sheer Glow foundation. This is my go-to foundation. I am obsessed with this. Ever since the first time that I used it, I just always go back to it. It has about a medium coverage, but I do build it up. I do about 2 layers to give me my desired coverage, and it is amazing and the coverage is great, but it still looks very natural and very glowy. So I'm blending that out with my Real Techniques sponge and blending it down my neck. I am then going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I use this concealer for everything. I use a shade that's in my skin tone to cover up my scars and redness, and then I am using a lighter shade here to highlight the inner parts of my face to give my face a little bit of dimension and lightness to these areas. And again, I am going to be using my damp Real Techniques sponge to blend that out, and I just love using a damp sponge, whether it's this sponge or the Beauty Blender, for my foundation and concealer because it's just so flawless and it looks great. I am then using this Loreal translucent powder just to set my eyelids, and this is going to prime my eyes for the eyeshadow, and I do take this just underneath my eye as well to set that because I will be putting some eyeshadow there. I am then going to be doing my eyebrows pretty quickly here. I am using this, I believe it is from the brand Boots No. 7. It is just like the Anastasia, not their brow wiz, but their new brow definer. I don't know what it's called. I haven't tried it, but it looks very similar. And I love this eyebrow pencil. The shade matches me perfectly, and it's just so easy to work with. And I do love that it has the spoolie on the end because I do use that quite a bit during my eyebrow process. I haven't tried the Anastasia one, but I would say this is probably very similar. I don't know. It's cheaper. It works. It's great. Whatever. Moving on to the eyes. I'm using the Kathleen Lights eyeshadow palette today from Morphe, and I'm taking this kind of mustard shade, and this is going to be my transition shade. I'm putting this in the crease of my eye using a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just blending that out throughout my crease, and this is just going to help with all the other colors blend out nice and smoothly. It is a very light shade, and then I am going in with the darker brown. It's not dark, it's a medium brown. It's darker than the transition shade, and I am doing the exact same thing, but I'm focusing this on the outer corner first before blending it inward. This is because I don't want it to be too dark on the inner part. I want it to be most intense and darkest on the outer corner. I feel like I say this in all my videos, but that's just how I like to do my eyeshadow unless I'm doing a totally blown out smoky eye. I want to keep it light on the inner part and darker on the outside, and I am just blending that back and forth until it's nice and smooth and there are no harsh lines. I'm then going in with this NYX Jumbo cream eyeshadow, and it is just a green shade, and I'm putting that on my eyelid, and this and the green shade in the Kathleen Lights palettes are a match made in heaven for each other. They are perfect. I loved putting this on before the eyeshadow because it really just, like I said, they're a match made in heaven. They work great together. I am blending that out with my finger just so it's not too harsh and it blends in well with the crease. Now for the star of the show, just kidding. I am going in my crease with that brown shadow again, just to blend out that cream eyeshadow, and then I am going in with the star of the show, this very pretty emerald green color. I am taking it on a flat shader brush and packing that on. When I first start out, I start out in a packing motion, and then as I get up towards my crease, you can see I'm kind of swiping it back and forth in that crease because I don't want it to go into my crease, but I want it all to transition nicely so there aren't any harsh lines. I'm going back and forth using patting motions, sweeping motions. I'm building it up. I think I did about 3 layers of this because I just couldn't get enough because it's so pretty. I am then going in with this kind of mauve-y color to darken up the crease, add a little bit more warmth to it because it just wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be. And this is also just going to help blend out that emerald color and just help blend everything nice and smoothly and just bring it all together. I'm taking that emerald green and just putting it on the inner part of my lower lash line very lightly. In the end, you can't really see it, but I didn't want it to be too intense on the lower lash line. I'm then going in with that mustard color that I use first, and I'm starting out on the outer edge of my eye and blending it inward, blending those two shades together. And I'm using a pencil brush to do this to give it that nice smoky effect. I am then taking a darker brown, I believe it's the second brown that I used in my crease, and focusing that on the outer part of my eye, and once most of the product leaves my brush, taking it inward to blend everything together, make it nice and smoky down there. I am then taking a black liquid liner, and I'm just doing a quick little line to give my eye a little bit of dimension, make it a little more round. I'm not doing a wing or anything crazy, just a very thin line. I am then tightlining using a black gel liner, and I am using a flat brush to do this. I am tightlining my upper lash line, and then I am also going to be adding some black to my lower waterline. I wanted it to be very smoky, not too crazy, but I just wanted a little bit more dimension, so I am using eyeliner to do that. I am then going to be highlighting with the top left very bright white shade. It is so pretty. When I applied it, I was like, holy crap, this is so pigmented. I am in love. So I'm putting that on the inner corner of my eyes, and then I will be touching that very lightly on my brow bone. And this is going to highlight that area, make your brow lift up a little bit, pull everything together, add a little bit of lightness underneath that. I'm then adding some mascara very quickly. I am really focusing on the inner corner of my eyes with this mascara and not so much on the outer corner, because I am going to be putting lashes just on the outer corner of my eyes today. I feel like it makes my eyes look open, yet it gives me that dramaticness that I want with this look. I am also applying it to my lower lashes very generously because, again, can never go wrong with too much mascara. I am then putting on just these half lashes. They're from Ardell. They are full lashes. I cut them in half to get the desired length that I wanted. I'm then going to go in and start bronzing and contouring. I'm bronzing up my forehead first, starting at the very top, and I take it down to my temples a little bit as well, and this is just going to kind of bring the face in, add some warmth and dimension back to my face. I am then going to be kind of contouring, not too harshly, mainly bronzing up the skin like I always do. I start out by kind of contouring, and then I blend it over my whole cheekbone to kind of warm up that area. I don't like too harsh of a contour. I like it to be more of a bronze effect. I am taking that down the sides of my nose just to kind of bring everything together, down my neck as well, because you want everything to match. I am then going in with this MAC shaping powder, which clearly I need a new one because it is destroyed and almost gone. I'm using this to highlight underneath my eyes and everywhere I put that concealer earlier. This is going to not only set the concealer so it stays, but it will also add a little more lightness to those areas and pull it all together. I am obsessed. This is my favorite highlighting powder ever. I have the, obviously, Anastasia contour kit, and those highlighting shades just don't give me anything like this does. And then I am going in with, of course, Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop to highlight, and I am highlighting the tops of my cheeks, and I also bring it on the inner parts of my cheekbones too, kind of like the apples of my cheeks. I kind of put this like everywhere. I put it like on the top of my brow too, down my nose, center of my forehead, pop a little bit on my cupid's bow and chin, and you could put it everywhere. I'm then going in with some blush from Tarte, popping that on my cheeks a little bit to give me a little bit of color, blend everything together. I don't want it to be too pink, but I do want to look like I'm alive and have some color in my cheeks. And then I'm just taking a brush with nothing on it, a big fluffy brush, and going over my whole entire face to make sure everything is blended and nice and smooth. I am then lining my lips with a nude lip liner. Everything will be down in the description box, and I am overlining them just a tiny bit, nothing crazy. And then I am filling them in as well just because I loved this color and I wanted it all over my lips. I am then going to be going over that with a NYX matte lipstick, and then just in the center, going in with another lipstick. I mix my lipsticks so much. In the center of my lip, I'm popping this light one on, and that is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.